everybody else can hop on. It is March 20th, first day of spring. Super exciting. I know I'm excited for the warmer weather. It's like 80 here in Atlanta. So, hey, Claire. So I just wanted to share a couple announcements, and then whoever sees the recording. First off, does anybody have any recognition to share? Anybody? Claire, you got anything?
Well, I do have, sorry, I had to look at my board real quick. Caroline Isaac hits Locked In Success Club 8
Nice.
by like Friday last week. Yeah, so she's the first of our team to lock it in. I know we got Meredith on the call. She's at Success Club 2. I know she still has to, and you did a sick live video tonight.
Once I go through them at 6, I sold 2 challenge packs this week.
Nice.
See, just kidding. And Meredith, you did a sick live video tonight. You've been killing it with your video, so major shout out to you, girl.
Awesome. Well, Jess and Bree are at 2, so shout out to them. They're crushing it. Only 2 more people, guys. Totally can do it. And Brittany, good to see you.
Hi.
I'm gonna mute you, okay? I also want to shout out Justine. Should be getting on, but it's her first call, so I don't know. She might have technical difficulties, but she's at Success Club 10, and now is working on her spouse account. And guys, really, she'll tell you, like, you can reach out and talk to her what's working right now. She commits to a program and she's sharing that. Simple as that. And it's just having that belief in Beachbody. So, proof that any of you guys can do it. So keep hustling. We still got a week and a half left, plenty of time, but also put the fire under your butt and put a deadline this week to get Success Club locked in, because if you wait till the 31st, then you'll slack off and say, oh, my power hour doesn't matter. Like, put a date to it, decide, commit, go for it. I also wanted to add to that right now, just so you guys know, it's been on my vision board for a while to hit 600 coaches in our downline. And we're at 573 right now. And we've been teetering at that point. So how cool if both of our teams, one person helped one person this week. We'd hit it in no time. That's only 25 people. And I know some of you are shooting for 2 to 3 people before the end of the month. So I'm going to put that extra little bonus in there. Let's hit 600. If we do that, I'm going to do something really special for the team. So all hands on deck. Let's get it done. All right. Text somebody that's not on this call and tell them about it, and put the fire to their butts too. All right. Super Saturday's coming up April 8th. If you guys don't know about that, check the back office of where your location is. Events are game changer, and there's not going to be one in July. So usually they have one right after Summit. And I think at least half of you guys on here are going to Summit. But usually they have a Super Saturday right after Summit, and they're like, it's just too much. So you got a big bar and steal to get to this April Super Saturday. And I think a lot of you haven't been to one. So Claire will vouch for me that events change the way that you look at your business, and they're really important if you can get there. And it's a great way to bring your spouse or a challenger or a friend to show them what the heck this is. Something that I didn't realize that I actually sold last night, there's now a Kickstart All Access Challenge Pack. So it's killer. One of my challengers, she is a customer, and so she had already gotten the 5-day Shakeology. So I was just going to keep her as a customer and get a challenge pack. And she's like, oh, can I get the 3-day refresh? And I was like, what's this? So just so you guys know, I think it's $240 for a 3-day refresh all access challenge pack. Pretty sweet. And we're going to have a 3-day refresh group coming up in April. So an extra little bonus if you want to throw into your challengers. 2 more things. I put up an event in the team page. We're doing a pre-party for our April challenge group. So get on there and invite people. I know Jess went in and invited some people. That's your place to show people what we're doing. That's your place to share. Go for it. Any of you guys in the downline can use it. It's just showing, I talk about what is Shakeology, what is a challenge group, that kind of stuff. Even if you guys just want to get in there and see what I'm doing so you could create one for yourself next month. It's just another little extra thing. I've gotten a lot of challengers say go from a no to a yes with those. So check that out. And next week's call is going to be my mentor from corporate. So I'm keeping the topic secret so that we get more people on the call. It's going to be bomb. It's going to be killer. So reach out to somebody who's not on tonight and get them on there. All right, guys? So without further ado, this is a topic that, okay, I want to start by saying, do not think you have to do all of what I'm sharing tonight, because it's going to be a lot of information. But all of the information that I'm sharing is in the team page, and I'm going to show you guys how you can access it. So you don't have to recreate all of the stuff tonight. Like it took me 2 years to kind of come up with this system on how to get our customers started right. And it's really important for you guys to treat your customers like gold, because every person that stays on Shakeology month to month builds your paycheck. You don't want them just on Shakeology for a month. You want them on for a year and then transition to coaching. You know, you want them sustaining that healthy lifestyle. So your goals are either to get them as a Shakeology lifer and really see the value of that, or transition them to a coach and start building a business alongside of you. So everything I've developed, it's actually really simple. And I hope you guys see it that way, but I'm going to guess that maybe your onboarding process, you might not have one, which is totally awesome because now you get to develop one, or you have something maybe you want to tweak or adjust. So pick 1 or 2 things you hear tonight and implement that. Don't feel like you have to take it all. All right, guys? So without further ado, I am going to screen share. Can you guys see this? Cool. Okay. So this is kind of how I broke down in my head, what does a new challenger need from us? And hopefully you guys take notes. Obviously the call's recorded, but I think it'll be helpful for you to kind of write down what you're going to need. So this is how I introduce when somebody submits, not when you send them the link, when they literally submit their order. This is the process I kind of take them through. And we're going to walk through all of these steps. But just to kind of give you an overview, I send them a welcome to our tribe email, which some of you have probably gotten from me. I send them a prep email with a prep packet that I'm going to walk through with you guys that kind of walks them through what's a containers, what Shakeology recipes should they be looking at, how to meal prep, how to meal plan, that kind of thing. Then you want to make sure you check in with them that they got their package, because we all know Beachbody is, I love them dearly, but they're not the greatest sometimes. And you want to make sure your customers get everything that they ordered. And then obviously adding them to the challenge group. I have started doing a kickoff call before all of my new challenge groups, and we'll kind of talk about that more in depth. And then obviously weekly check-ins, because you're there to coach. So let's kind of walk through all of these steps. First off, where the heck do I get this information? Everything I'm sharing tonight is already in the team page. If you go to the files, it's actually right here is a Word document. It's been there since February. You have both the accountability group weekly check-ins and the new challenger emails. So the emails are the first things you're going to send them, and then the weekly check-ins are as they go through the group. And I'm sure Claire has or will share it with her team page for you, Meredith. So let's walk through this. So you guys good? You know where the files are? You know what I'm talking about? Looking at me like I'm crazy. Hopefully you do. There's a lot of stuff in there. If you haven't explored it, go check it out. Okay, so this is the first email I send. And again, this is all on the team page, so you don't have to write this all down. But this is kind of what they get when they first sign up. Immediately, I want to give them some action steps because it gets them excited. They are ready to make a change. So I want to collect information from them. Okay, so there's 3 different things I ask for them from this email. The first one is a form, and that's going to be the next slide. I'm going to show you what that looks like. But basically, it's collecting information of like, how often do you want me to check in with you? What's the best way to check in with you? How can I remind you to get back on track when you disappear? Those things you want permission to do before the challenge group even starts. Because we all know people fall off, right? They don't do always what they say they're going to do. And when they invest in you, it's your job to be their coach and hold them to it. It's not your job to do it for them, but it is your job to check in and, you know, stay in touch with them however often they ask. I also have a challenge group contract in there, which I will show you. Basically, they write down their measurements, what program they're committing to. It's kind of just an extra layer of like, I'm doing this, like this is my before or goodbye measurements, and it just gets them excited to really commit. And then their before picture I asked for. And then I lay out the expectations. I think it's so important that people know boundaries. How many of you have your notifications on your challenge group right now? Yeah, you should not. It should be part of your power hour. And here's why. Because I don't want you to become a slave to this business. If you guys ask or answer questions all day long about Beachbody, number one, if you have a spouse, they're going to start resenting the business because you're going to be on your phone 24/7. Number two, you should have focused, intentional time for your business. So when I lay out these expectations, I am giving them everything they need, right? My system is set up, and it's not that I won't answer their questions outside of it, but I say on here what I can expect from you. You will respect my time. So you have to set that boundary. So I only check in my challenge groups. You guys will see it's in my challenge group right now. I usually only check in the morning and at night, because I don't need to be looking all day long. I mean, that's just, how can you get your power hour done if you're checking into your challenge group all the time? You have to be building your business 80% of the time. And yes, your challengers should get the best of you, but that's just a preaching thing. I would highly recommend turning them off and then either putting a reminder in your phone once a day or twice a day, challenge group check-in, and give yourself a 10-minute timer and just go through. That's also the beauty of doing challenge groups with somebody else, pairing up with somebody else on the team and running it together. So like Noelle is on the West Coast, so she doesn't wake up until almost noon my time. So she can check in the afternoon when I'm still at work. So that's just something else that you can kind of tag team and not feel like you have to do it all. So that's my end of that rant. But I would highly suggest turn off the damn notifications, because like, if you get like a challenge going in your group for points and stuff, we had like 100 notifications every time I checked earlier this month. I was like, no. Okay, so then also it gives them the Beachbody on demand link. It's just a video from my YouTube I made. I like to so this is how I kind of treat my business, just so you guys know. Whenever there's something you guys ask me or something I feel like my challengers don't know, I just go make a video about it so I don't answer the same question 5 million times. So it might be something good for you to start accumulating, like get on Zoom, it's free, and you can do a screen share video of you walking somebody how to use Beachbody on demand. That's exactly what I did in my video. It's pretty simple. Yeah, it takes some time, and I don't expect you to do this all at once, but that's just kind of an extra layer of them seeing you be a leader. Any questions on this so far? Simple, to the point. Okay, so this is what's in my first initial form to them. That's step one of the email that they get. It asks for their name, email, phone number. What are your goals? What would it mean to you if you achieve these goals? So we kind of talked about this last week on Claire's call. Getting to the bottom of why they want to do it, right? Prime question, if you fall off track, how do you want me to help you get back on track? And then simple, what's the best way to get in touch with you and how often? I intended, which I'm planning to do before the end of the month, I had a goal to print all of these out, and I actually have a binder of all my challengers so that you keep on top of when you need to check in with them. If they ask for every day, then you sure better do it every day, because they just invested $200 in you. When you think about it like that, it's like, this is my job. Like, they invested in me, so I have to show up. And I think it's just important to set those expectations from day one. So this is just a form I made on Google Forms. There's a video on my YouTube, how to make a WooFoo form, walks you through that as well. It's another option. Again, not something you have to do right away. You could literally type this up in an email and ask them to send you back the answers, but Google Forms is pretty easy and just a great way to collect information and have it in one place. So this is the challenge group contract. Again, you guys have access to all of this. This is a form that we started using for the Core to Force test group, and I thought, Why not use it for all of our accountability groups? You should be getting their measurements. You should be asking for these things, and you should be pretty firm on that. I think it's just an extra layer of like, you're going to do this and I'm going to help you do this. All right, guys? So let's kind of talk about the experience. You guys have to remember that sometimes we get so caught up in this business, we forget what it feels like to be a challenger. We forget that they don't know everything. They're coming into this, what the heck do I expect? They're scared shitless probably. They don't know what this looks like or what the other people in the group are going to be. So you have to create this Disney experience. And I will hands down tell you, I've ran really bad challenge groups and I've run really good challenge groups. And you know what the difference is? It's pretty simple. It's me. If I'm not excited about something, it's not going to be fun. And so if you're bored in your challenge groups right now, it's your job to turn it around. Like if people aren't engaging or aren't posting, it's because you have to take a look in the mirror and say, am I truly doing my program right now and posting about it nonstop? Am I truly showing up and logging my workout in Shakeology every day and giving love to all of their posts as well? You're here to be their coach. So you got to hold them accountable. It's your responsibility to get them a transformation, to build their belief. The reason our team hasn't grown, guys, is because we haven't done a good job at this Disney experience. And that starts with me. And this is something that I changed at the end of last year because I was like, I'm not giving my heart and soul to my challengers. So you have to ask yourself, if I don't have coaches on my team yet and I want them, look in the mirror. You know, what am I giving my current challengers? Where do I know what program they're on? Do I know what day they're on? Do I know what their struggles are? Do I know what their results are thus far? If you can't answer that, this is the call you need to start adjusting things on, because we want to over deliver. We want to build that community, something that they want to stay here for a long time. And the bottom line is you have to show them the value of consistent Shakeology. How many times have you seen me post about Shakeology in our group, Jess? Tons, right? There's a reason. The first movie that comes on, like the second day, or the first video, not movie, is Carl Deichler's video on YouTube of why to drink Shakeology every day. It goes up in every single one of my groups, and it sets that expectation. And he talks about the different organs and how you need Shakeology to support that. Check that video out, and I would hands down use it in your groups every month from here on out. But the start is really their first impression, so it's your job to make it count. Okay, guys? So let's talk about the second email they get. So they've sent me back their contract. They filled out the form. So now they get a second email from me. And this one, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. It's actually, I think, really cool and takes a lot of load off of my back. We're going to walk through what it looks like, but it's basically a prep packet. It gives them everything I want to tell them without throwing a million things of information on them. Okay? So let's look at what this prep packet looks like. Again, you guys have access to all of this, so you can open this up after the call. But basically, I introduce myself. And let me just say, you guys don't have to recreate this right now. You can duplicate this, I believe you have access to, and like take out my first slide and put in a slide with your picture on it. But everything is there. You don't need to recreate this. You can literally copy paste it to your challengers and say, hey, this is my team prep packet. I want to get you started right. So I went through and kind of thought, okay, if I was a new challenger, what would I need to know? I need to know how to take my measurements, because I didn't know how to take my photos or measurements before this. I need to know how to mix my Shakeology so that they don't come back to me in 2 days and say I hate it. I'm going to say, hey, did you check the prep packet? There's like 5 recipes in there. Until you tried them all, we are not talking. Not really, but you guys know what I mean. Recipes, I give them my Pinterest page because I pin stuff. Everything that I make, I pin there. There's hundreds of recipes. Again, you don't have to create your Pinterest page tonight. You can just use mine and over time build your own. Meal planning, I give them how to shop for groceries on a budget. All these little things that are helpful that I would want to know. And it breaks it down visually. You guys know I'm a very like graphic person. That's just how I am. Yours doesn't have to be like anything crazy. But what I'm saying is don't go recreate this. Just send this to them. So you know you've got them started right from day one. And then they have usually a couple of days to digest it before the group starts is always the key. So like, I don't know if you guys do this, but the common rule of thumb for me, if my group starts on Monday, the last day people can sign up is Wednesday night before that, no later. They sign up Thursday, probably Wednesday's even pushing it for them to get Shakeology. But it also gives you time to have a preseason week and be able to send these emails and collect this information. Cool? Did you guys know about this prep packet? Jess saw it, Brittany saw it. Okay. Just making sure you guys are out.
So what do you do, like, if you have, say, if you're in the middle of a challenge group, what do you do with people? Like someone just contacts you and wants to sign up.
Yeah, so I run a challenge group every first Monday and third Monday of the month.
So you have 2 going?
Yeah, so they're the same exact theme. They have the same exact content. But how that worked is Noelle and I team up. So she sets up one and I set up the other. Or like, because the 2 are the same content and the same theme, like this month I just copy paste the post, and then in April she plans that theme and takes that theme on. Does that make sense? So I really think it's beneficial for you guys to work together or work in a pair of 3s, because it just lightens the load, you know? So yeah, I always have something to invite to is really what it comes down to. And that took a while to build up, but you guys also have a bomb upline who probably runs 2 groups every single month, I'm guessing. So you can plug into Claire's group, I'm sure, if you have a challenger pop in. Cool? Okay. Again, this is a big, big one that I think we skip a lot. Do you guys know when they get their package? You should check when their thing ships and know approximately when it's going to get there. So it's your job to know how often to check in, how to check in, to get them started right with these 2 emails, pretty short and simple. You want to know what workout they're starting with, because people don't come into my groups just winging it. You're not allowed to just like do whatever. Like you need to pick a program and you need to stick to it, because you know they're not going to get results and they're going to get frustrated and then they're going to quit if they don't do that, right? Also, this is a big one. Things are going to happen with customer service. Has anybody experienced anything with customer service before? It's not the best, right? I would highly love for our team to get to 5-star diamond just for the diamond line, because you can get on there and they know our team by first name, and I could get you guys customer service so much faster. So I've heard. But for the time being, it's your job to take care of customer service. I don't let any of my challengers get on the phone with customer service by themselves. I literally just call customer service myself, talk to them about the issue, and then I 3-way in the person when they need their permission to do something. And I would highly suggest that to you guys as well, because people don't know what they're talking about and you do. So you just want to control that they keep their count and get what they need. Cool? And lastly, it's your job to stay connected. People are going to quit. People are going to not show up in this business. Claire and I have had way more cancellations than you guys probably all have had combined. That's just the nature of the business. So the first one always hurts. And like the first coach always hurts. But just expect it and know that the right people will stick with you. And the faster you elevate your mindset towards that, the easier you'll bounce back. So I just want to kind of throw that in there. So add to the challenge group. Something you guys may or may not know, again, in the file section, there's some challenge group scripts. I just got one off of Etsy. I need to share that with you guys. It's all the content from this past month, your downline. Yeah, totally, Claire. But I don't know, Claire and I were talking about this weekend. She was asking me how I do my 3-day refresh groups. So I know it's really bad quality on this picture, but if you go to the sales and marketing tab in your online office and you click challenge group guides, I think it's challenge group tools and then challenge group guides, the picture on the bottom left here, there is a challenge group guide for every single program. So say we have a new program come out in April, which fingers crossed we do. All of us are going to get excited and run a test group for it. All that's going to be is you grabbing the content from this group and running it with somebody on the team. It's new, it's exciting. Beachbody gives you the image and the accountability post for each day. I usually edit it a little bit and obviously add a question to each day to make it engaging and make it your own. But guys, there's like tons of stuff in there already made for you. That's how I ran our 3-day refresh group, and how I'm going to do it every single month every other month this year. So I just want to make sure you guys knew that that was at your fingertips, because sometimes there's stuff buried on the online office. Is everybody in the challenge tracker app? Running groups? Okay. No, Meredith? You need to switch, girlfriend. Trust in Carl and get on board. Here's why. You control the energy you bring into the room, and I just believe that seeing those logged workouts in Shakeology makes your life so much easier. You know where they are. You know how many times they're showing up. And when you set the tone, which I know you do, you're awesome. Hey, Casey. You'll be able to track better on what they're doing. So I would try it out. Like anything else with Beachbody, you know, you try it once or twice and you might flop and fail on your face, and that's okay. But you just keep trying. All right, so let's talk about this kickoff call that I started doing for new challengers. I think it's important to have FaceTime with our new challengers because we do a lot of our business online. So getting on a Zoom call like this and asking them, you know, hey, what are you nervous about? Did you get your package? You know, what Shakeology recipe are you going to be making first? Just kind of talking through those simple things that we often forget is so important. So making sure that they've chosen a program, find out when they'll be drinking Shakeology. You want to make sure that they know everything that's on Beachbody on demand. So I hope you guys all have checked out the Fixate cooking show. Obviously there's workout plans and nutrition plans for all of the workouts on there. There's just so much on Beachbody on demand that sometimes even I'm like, whoa, didn't know this was here. But really talk about the expectations. Like this month in my group, we're doing a point system for different ways they can show up. And so I kind of explained that to them. What'd you say? Meredith said that she had a big apprehension about the app. I like to schedule posts ahead of time. Otherwise I end up forgetting. So the app actually allows you to schedule all your posts ahead of time. I don't get in my groups. They may not know this. I don't post every day at 6 a.m. It's already scheduled for me. I don't have time for that. So I'll sit down on a Sunday and collect the information I want to share. So every morning there's like a fitness kind of tip or, you know, motivation. Every lunchtime there's like a recipe this month. And then at night there's an accountability post, and they all share from 1 to 5 how great their day went every single day. I don't have time to post that real time all the time. The cool thing with the app is it has the feature for you to schedule it ahead of time. So that on this past weekend, I sat down and scheduled all my groups through April, which is pretty awesome. It's just one thing, like you still have to engage for sure every day, but the app is awesome and Carl created it for a reason. So the other thing that we've been doing in our groups is encouraging people to exchange numbers and become Facebook friends, because we're building community, guys. Like we're building friendships, and the more that we can interconnect our challengers, like that could be a future team, you know? So, I mean, the people that are sitting on this call right now, I can tell you, Brittany, Brianna, Jessica, Casey, like they all met in the challenge group. So it's kind of cool to now see them on the call. Do you guys have any questions about the kickoff call? Like it, not like it? Blank stares? Okay, what do my weekly check-ins look like? This, again, is so...
Hey, Danielle, sorry to cut you off. I think you just said this, but to verify, because you think you said this yesterday, you do a kickoff call with like any new challengers, any new challengers, you kind of try to do like a quick Zoom. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys can all schedule calls through Zoom. It's free for 45 minutes. So I just like to be face to face with them. It makes it more real. And even if you get 2 people on, that's 2 people more that are connected to you, you know? Okay, so the check-ins, these are also in the file section of the team page. Again, you'll want to make sure, this is just a Word document, so you can copy paste. I made mine in Wufoo, and here's why. See that little red asterisk next to every question on here? It makes it required, so they have to fill it out. And basically the way that I do my weekly check-ins, I do 4 of them. So week 1, 2, 3, and then like the graduate check-in. And I like Wufoo because it allows you to add a picture, like a file upload, so that they can show me a progress picture each week. Because something, I don't have the binder over here, but something I want to challenge all of you guys to do tonight is make a transformation binder. I want you to go out, I'm giving you permission to go to Staples and get a binder and get some ink for your printer, Brittany, and print out, she told me this weekend, she's like, I don't have ink. Or go to Staples and print out all of your challengers before information. And then when they finish your first challenge group, you're going to print out their after. And even if they don't let you share it publicly, you're going to celebrate the shit out of them in your group. I mean, how cool would it be to help somebody lose 5 or 10 pounds this month and then recognize them? I mean, how did you guys feel when you first got recognized for losing 5 or 10 pounds? It feels really good. And it's going to keep them in that community. Brianna, you can go to Staples. They can print stuff out for you. But like, you guys need to have some form of documentation. And this is being a CEO. So I'm kind of elevating your business right now because it's your job to get them a transformation, right? So you need to know, what is their starting point? What do they need along the way? And I'm going to walk you through these check-ins. And then what is the end of the month? Because I don't like saying the end. I think this is a total journey. I think we all could agree we're still on our journeys. Nobody's perfect. And that's the beauty of it. But having these check-ins allows you to know how to adjust your sales. So like one group, I was getting that my people needed food recipes and I wasn't posting food recipes. I was like, oh crap, I need to post more about that. So each week has a theme. First week is simple. It's about their workouts, letting them focus on that. Notice I say the best thing about my workout is all positive, right? And then allowing them to give me feedback and allowing them to post their progress selfie. The second week is about Shakeology. So this is second and third week. On the left is Shakeology. I want to know what they love about Shakeology. If they've been doing it 2 weeks in a row every day, then they should be feeling some difference in their body, right? And if they're not, they're going to post in here, oh, I've only drank it a couple times. And that's a red flag to you because number one, they're either going to put their Shakeology on hold next month, which can affect you advancing in rank. Or number two, they just don't see the value in it and they're going to cancel their account. So this is kind of your way to adjust your sales, and it's specifically on week 2 for a reason. And then I ask them about their meal plan. Notice every week is that multiple choice question. What would you like more from your coach? And attach your selfie. The third week is more about the routine. And guys, this is how you plug the coaching opportunity. Have you talked to your friends and family about your results? I think we make this whole invite to the coaching opportunity thing way more complicated than it needs to be. Here's what I told somebody yesterday. I said, hey, your posts are super inspiring. I just love your vibe. Have you ever thought about paying that positivity forward? That's your coach invite for this week. Nothing about, hey, join my team. Hey, sign up for the coaching opportunity. We make it way more harder. And really what it should be is get in, get somebody started right, get them excited about what they're doing, have them make small changes, and then on week 3, when they're feeling really good, when they're talking to people about it, maybe they've made some posts because you put up challenges in your groups to have them post publicly to share with other women. I started my kickoff call this month by saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could all share, earn the top points for our challenge, and inspire 10 other women this month by sharing what we're doing in our accountability group. It's all these little tweaks on how you word things. If you say, hey, post to my Facebook group and let's share everything we're doing, like they're going to freak out. But if you make it a competition, for some reason my challengers like competitions. They're like, we need more of this. They're more willing to share. And guys, then people start asking them what they're doing. Do you notice every single week for like since the beginning of the year, I post a challenger of the week? You guys have to be doing that. Here's why. If your Facebook is public, which it should be, people are gonna see, hey, what's Claire doing? What's this whole like community she's in? She's looking really good. I'm gonna ask her about that. Then when you approach them about getting on a coaching opportunity call, oh yeah, 3 friends already asked me because they saw my post for my coach shouting me out. Do you see what I'm saying? Like these little small things build community and make the transition so much easier. The reason that half the people are on this call right now are here is because I did that. I decided to change what I was doing in December. And it was simple for them. Jessica wanted to coach before I even asked her. Brittany was apprehensive but jumped in. Brianna switched coaches and jumped in. You know, like it's so much easier when you just plant the seeds and you make it so exciting and simple and an extension of what we're already doing in our accountability groups. Because it is, right? You guys are just paying this gift forward. It's work. I'm not going to lie about that. But you get to choose how much you put in. So I just wanted to kind of rant on that a little bit. It's kind of my rant call. Sorry. Passionate about it. Okay. So how many of you have had challengers submit their results and get a t-shirt from Beachbody? One hand. I need to scroll. All right. We need to change that. I hear it at Summit from Carl every single year. Oh my God, I saw this awesome, like, okay, so when you go to Summit, there's a room of like 500 people at a training. And they start off the Summit training by saying, stand up if you've lost 10 pounds. Stand up if you lost 20 pounds. Stand up if you lost 50 pounds. Stand up if you lost 100 pounds. And then, you know, obviously people sit down as not many people have lost 100 pounds. Half those people have never submitted their results for Beachbody and never gotten a free t-shirt. Every single one of you, first off, should be submitting your results for every program you finish and complete and sharing that swag. And then you should be having your challengers do the same. I have Justine has submitted for she couldn't even submit for her 3 programs because she hasn't been a coach for 3 months because you can only do one workout a month, I guess. That's what you guys need to be doing. Do they know about this? If not, you need to change your last challenger check-in email to submit your results and tell them how to do it. It's not, hey, because Beachbody wants your story. It's, hey, you could win $500 and you get a free t-shirt. Who doesn't want that? It just breaks my heart to hear people not get what they earned. Like, it's free gifts. They don't have to do anything besides, here's my before and after, which they should be proud of if you gave them the Disney experience. And let me get my freaking tank top, you know? I love mine. This is a Success Club one. It's not a regular one. But that, you guys, that's got to be a focus. And if you guys haven't got your own t-shirts, get them and share them. I just got my quarter force one. So I now have 7, I think, if I got it right. And then I have a final group check-in. So here's what my final check-in looks like. Going to the next month, I feel confident because this is important. I've done my current workout program for how many weeks? How many of you guys have had challengers that do the 21-day fix like 5 times in a row? Hello, it doesn't work. You got to get them upgraded to all access so there's no excuse. Pretty much all of my challengers are on that right now, and literally they have no excuse then. So month to month, I ask at the beginning of a challenge group, what program are you doing? That's a good one for you. And then what were your final results? Again, this is going to add to your transformation binder. How cool would it be if come Summit, we can all hold up transformation binders at Summit, because I'm going to have you bring it there, and share the transformations we help people get. That would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to ask you guys, will you do this with me? Will you commit and help people get transformations and post it in the comments? I want to see who's going to commit to this and do this binder with me. even if it's one person a month, but I know all of you should be doing 2 to 3 because you are better than that. Comment in the chat, you're bringing your transformation binder to NOLA. Anybody? All right, Brianna, love it. Nice, Brittany. And even if you're not coming to NOLA, we can FaceTime you and you can hold it up. Meredith, I'm not sure if you're coming. So that's where you collect this information. What were your final results? You know, you want to know that. You want them to be proud of it. And this is, again, a way you guys can pull information to share publicly. Even if they don't want to share their before and after, you can say, I helped somebody lose 5 pounds this month. That creates credibility for you guys. That builds trust. That lets people see, oh, like, what is Brittany doing? I thought she was just like on her own health and fitness journey, but she's actually helping other people. And then asking them a testimonial. Again, building your credibility. Those are stories you want to be able to share. Like, this is all helping you guys get content to share. You don't, like, if you haven't caught on to that yet. But it's allowing them to tell their story and getting them in the habit of being a coach. And here's the thing. How do I want to continue this journey next month? Join another community, join another accountability group, which, by the way, I make them stay on Shakeology if they're being in my groups. That's where you put the foot down. Because if they're not on Shakeology, I know they're not going to do it. Right? I mean, maybe you haven't experienced that yet, but I know Claire can vouch for me. If they're not on Shako, they're most likely slacking off. And then which program do you want to learn more about? Because again, they're going to switch programs next month. So time to move on, right? You guys have any questions about this one?
So what do you do with challenge, like now that the All Access Pass is a thing? I've been telling people when they sign up, like, and you get me for as a coach for 12 months. Mm-hmm. So, but if they quit ordering Shakeology and they're still under All Access, are you still kicking them out?
It depends on the situation, but most likely, yes. I have an ongoing wellness community, which I have not been very active in. It's just a Facebook group where anybody who's like said no to me but still wants some support. Honestly, I just share like my Facebook posts in there, like any recipes or like fun fit tips or things like that. But there's only been one person in the past 4 months that has quit.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm just saying, like, when you guys have a system, it works. And they're plugged in and they're engaged and they're excited about moving on to the next. And the other cool thing is, like, you know, you may have 10 people in a group. If, say, you bring 5 people in this month and Caroline brings 5 people, they're all doing different programs, but they're sharing their experience of that. So they're going to see, oh, Meredith's doing Quarter Force. Like, I might be interested in doing that next month. So it keeps the engagement up, I've found, at least. Okay, last slide. It all starts with you guys. I'm going back to the beginning. You're responsible for the energy you bring into this room, into your challenge group, into your one-on-one with your challengers. So if you don't already know this, results are on you. Participation's on you. Engagement's on you. Transitioning coaches is on you. Building community is on you. Consistency is on you. Transformations is on you. And this may seem like, holy shit, Danielle, what are you expecting of me? But guys, all it is you showing up. You know, we do these calls every Monday because we're here to learn. Like, I don't know everything, but I want to share with you guys what's working. I mean, again, Claire shared this past week, like, we were not doing one-on-one calls, like, ever. But she wanted more and she wants to build more. And so she now has weekly one-on-one calls. We need that. We need that connectivity, and it doesn't have to be long. But if you're struggling with something in your business, you need to speak up and lean into the team. There is so much potential in our downline, guys. It blows my mind. Like, we could be a 10-star diamond team at the end of the year. If we all just got over ourselves, reminded ourselves it's not about us, and just gave a shit ton of value to people and just poured our hearts and soul into this and just hustled for it. How cool would it be to say at the end of the year, you know what? In March, we weren't putting all the cylinders on, but we all came together. We all dug our heels in. We all committed to helping 3 people a month. I'm not asking you to recruit 10 people a month, guys. We're only saying recruit 3 people a month and get them a transformation. And then 3 times 8 is 24 people by the end of the year. But it starts with you. You committing to a program, you following it to a T, you showing up and sharing that every day. If you're bored or you're not engaged or you're not excited, it's time to try something new. New workout usually does it for me. Weekly one-on-ones, Claire knew she needed something different. And I'm telling you guys that because I think we look like Claire's a rock star coach. She has never given up, right? But she's here right now on our team call, and there's 10 other people that are new that are not. And she invited her downline. And the people that are here want it. I know you guys want it. That's why I'm speaking to you. So just freaking do it is what I'm saying. And I know that we're going to have a corporate call next week, and it's going to be just like Robbie's going to bring it in for you guys. So I just want you to know, like, there's nothing, just because I have like systems and stuff, guys, the way that I got here, I didn't have that stuff in the beginning either. I just decided, like, whenever something wasn't working, to like add another layer or to kind of figure it out. But like, that's why I started at the beginning of the call. You don't have to do all of this tonight. You just have to commit, okay, what's one thing that's not working? Am I not getting challengers right now? Okay, well, let me look in the mirror and say, what can I change? And that's what I do, like self-evaluation a lot. So I think it's really just like digging your heels in and keeping it simple for yourself and basics, and knowing all this information is in the team page, and you can slowly create your own stuff and not feel like you have to do it all. So do you guys have any questions? I feel like I'm talking a lot. This is helpful.
No, I mean, you know that I've been slowly trying, I mean, I've had somewhat of a system, but I've been, you know, it's kind of like always good to be evolving, I feel like, and just kind of, and I've seen, and I recently discovered your Girls with Goals prep packet, and I actually just made it while I just dug it back up, and I just made a copy of it and put it in my drive. And because some of them are images, I can't use them. I can't just take out your name. I'll just have to recreate something where it is your name. But I mean, I love that. I mean, I always make sure I send my challengers getting started emails. Ever since All Access came out, I don't do a group kickoff, but I have done a lot of one-on-one, like getting started, because especially back in January when there was the health vet, there were so many moving pieces. I was like, I need to just talk to you. Mm-hmm. And they're not long, but like, and not everybody's always able to get on them, but it's definitely helps like to solidify, hey, this is how All Access works. This is how the challenge group works. Let's make sure we get you on your program. I mean, before you get on the phone with them, you should already know what program they're doing at that point, even if they did All Access and stuff like that. But no, this was super helpful. And Meredith, I'll make sure that I'll share more of these resources, because this is definitely helpful for me.
And just remember, guys, like, this took me 2.5 years to create. Like, this just started at the beginning of the year. So again, the cool thing about you guys being on a team that's been around for a while is you don't have to create all this stuff. All I'm asking you to do is show up. So you meet me halfway, and you can take all this stuff and run with it. And like, all you have to start doing is like, get out your phone and text your challenger once a day or every other day. You know, start there if you haven't been doing that. And then start looking, okay, this weekend I have an open day after I do my power hour, because that's the vitals, right? What extra little thing can I do to add to my week? And that's kind of how Claire and I operate. You know, on the weekends, I have more time. So I'll take an hour and create something for you guys to help you better duplicate. But the way you get coaches and the way you build a team is mastering transformations, because they will quit if you don't build belief in them. Like, we've had coaches come in right for the business from the beginning, and they don't have that experience. So something I always say is like, give them 1 to 2 weeks in a challenge group before they start coaching, because it works, you know. What else you guys got? Jess, Bree, Brittany? I can't hear you. Go ahead, Jess.
I'm good. I mean, I do agree. I jumped the gun and like really wanted to get into coaching right away. And I kind of wish I did just, sit back and actually do a challenge group and get the feel for it first before I actually dove in and did it. But hey, no regrets. You live and you learn, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can totally relate to that, but sometimes you just learn through the motions. I mean, that's how I got started too, Jessica. And actually, there's even a few girls on my team that were that way as well, actually. But sometimes that's just how you learn the best, is just by being thrown into it. So, keep with it. You'll definitely get the hang of it.
Thanks.
Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. If you want a one-on-one call, something that I share with Justine, if you go to the photo albums of the team page, there's an image to schedule a call with me with the link. So it's always there for you guys. And I think the biggest thing is just like deciding. You guys are going to hear a little bit more from Robbie next week why it's important you hit Success Club every single month, if you haven't heard that from me enough. But just decide to do it for yourself and prove to yourself you can. You guys are all worthy. Claire's sharing her conversations in our team page. So if she can do it, you guys can do it. We're all in the trenches, and let's bring it home. All right, guys?
Heck yeah.
Thanks for hopping on, and let me know if you can't find anything, all right?
Thank you so much. These resources were awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to making mine just as good.
Thanks for hopping on, guys. Have a good Monday.
Bye.